Buzz Lightyear of Star Command would be one of the more peculiar tie-ins to arrive on the Dreamcast, with the reliable Traveller's Tales opting for something different. Rather than a collectathon platformer in the style of most animation adaptations of the time, Traveller's Tales mixes racing, action, and platforming together to fuse something quite alternative. Unfortunately, the end result proves notably disappointing, with its myriad mechanical elements feeling lightweight in isolation and unable to meld into a cohesive, fun package. As a result, most players will likely tire of this one long before they finish the game. Based on the short-lived Toy Story spin-off show of the same name, Star Command puts you in the boots of space hero Buzz Lightyear as he battles the myriad of villains from the show, including Zurg, Torque, and XL. Missions are often bookended by clips from the series, but they don't form a cohesive narrative, rather they dictate whom you fight in each stage. There is some appeal for fans of the series though, as a high number of short clips are complemented by much of the cast reprising their roles, including Patrick Warburton and his drier take on Buzz Lightyear. While some clips have a tendency to repeat often, and some play in slow motion for some reason, it's still an authentic touch at least. Trying to pin down Star Command's genre is tricky, as it melds several elements together. Each of the 14 stages sees you chasing a villain to the end of the level, all the while a myriad of goons shoot you along the way. While stopping to attack these lesser foes might seem logical, it plays against the chase mechanic, as beating the villain to the end of the stage sees Mira weakening them and making the last encounter easier. If the foe beats you to the end, a timer starts and missing this sees you fail the mission. But on the default setting, it's very easy to overtake these chumps, so long as you don't dawdle. Soon, bombs are added to the equation and must be destroyed after activation, lest you face a game over. Each stage also houses 2 bonus objectives for earning a certain amount of credit and saving the little green men, and while stopping to collect items might seem counterproductive, levels are so narrow that you often trip over these collectibles without trying. Unfortunately, every single mechanical element of this Buzz Lightyear adventure feels undercooked. Shooting is basic, as while using credits to buy upgrades can spice up the action, targeting feels loose and the camera swoops in too low to really allow for precision. Movement feels sluggish and can lead to platforming frustration, where timing a jump or just trying to maneuver over objects is a chore, and, again, the low camera can exacerbate these issues. The encounters with the big bads at the end of each stage doesn't salvage the experience either, with rope patterns leading each fight to feel similar. Find the right weapon type, blast until their shield is depleted, change to the next, and repeat. It's that basic. Every stage feels incredibly similar, bar an aesthetic change, meaning the whole chasing aspect grows wearisome long before even the midpoint of the game, meaning despite the novel concept, Star Command falls flat.
You won't stop me. Your powers are no match for mine.
Well, I'll certainly have to try, won't I?
It doesn't plateau though, as the quality of the experience gets progressively worse. You soon find out that to unlock further stages, you must earn more medals by completing 2 types of time trial challenges. Along with a standard race to the end, another sees you racing to collect parts for Broken Buddy XR and return them to him at the end of the challenge. These both feel like an artificial inflation of the runtime, forcing you to further repeat stages to unlock later levels. If that wasn't bad enough, the exact same FMV plays every time you beat XR's challenge, just to drive you further insane. Narrow levels offer little opportunity to experiment, bar some shortcuts which are usually obvious, and it offers no incentive for repeat plays. Later levels also start to up the frustration factor, with Mission 12 proving the breaking point. Forcing you to clear rooms of enemies under a timer, the lackluster combat is strained beyond reason here and leaves you scrambling to make up time. Luckily, by this point, the game's end is close, as the experience fails to break the 10-hour mark, and with no extra modes of any sort, it's a singular experience. The only good thing going here is the presentation, and even that comes with problems. The distinct, lightly cel-shaded visuals appear eye-catching, though certainly not as polished as Jet Set Radio. A lot of the models look basic, though the colourful geometry works at least. Performance is the only issue, with the game struggling to keep pace when the action heats up. Interestingly, you can adjust the draw distance, with the near option bumping up the game's frame rate, though slowdown is still apparent. Aside from the aforementioned voice clips and returning actors, the music is competent if forgettable, and the effects are decent, though the mixing can lead to both sides getting drowned out at points. Buzz Lightyear of Star Command tries to stand out from its contemporaries, offering something unique outside of the platformers most associated with these animated tie-ins. While it deserves praise for this, the experience here proves poor, with a lightweight concept, its myriad of gameplay elements lacking refinement, and the overly cramped levels offering little reason to return. Combine this with repetitive challenges and some nasty difficulty spikes in later levels, and it ends up leaving a sour taste in the mouth. Even the most ardent followers of the Space Ranger will find this to be a misfire.